Hey there, Cubers, my name is Plus2 and welcome back to an episode of Minecraft on the Project Hydra server. This is episode 5, and today we are going to be doing more base work. Somebody's placed a beehive right there. Huh. Okay. Don't know who did that, but I like it. Keeping it. Yeah, so I've been doing a little bit of work between episodes here. I started working on flattening this area here. I'm currently doing that with tools. Eventually, as I get going, I think we're going to probably do a lot of this clearing out with TNT. But for now, TNT is a hot commodity for me, and I could use really any resources that I can get my hands on. So for now, I'm going to continue doing this with tools. Now this area that I've laid out here, that X marks the spot under my beacon right there, is actually going to be the exact center of the city here. And I'm digging this area out right now for a specific reason. So let me walk you through a couple things here. So we have the main home base, or starter home base, whatever you want to call it, the dome. And we have our TNT conversion factory here. I have the next 2 buildings planned out, and I have a bunch of ideas for other buildings as well. I have lots of ideas for those as well, but the next 2 buildings at least I have planned out in their entirety, so I'm super excited to get around to building those. But I need a lot of concrete, and for concrete I need a lot of TNT for the converter. Sand is easy enough to get a hold of, especially with TNT. The problem, the thing I'm held up on right now is gunpowder. Gunpowder is a resource that I don't really have access to a lot of, and I don't have a ton of diamonds, and I don't really feel like mining all that much right now. And it would be nice to have a creeper farm anyway, as part of the build. And for most of my builds, I want them to be inside of buildings, like with the concrete converter there. But not all of them are gonna really fit in them inside a building very well. Like a creeper farm, a standard creeper farm, it doesn't really fit into a building very well. I could do some sort of tweaking and, alternate the layouts and stuff like that to get it to work fairly well. But I don't really want to. I just kind of want a regular old creeper farm, and this whole area, like all this space in here, is going to be under the main platform or second level platform for the city anyway. So if I build the creeper farm right in the middle here, as long as I keep it under a certain Y level, it'll all be underground, and once I finish the city and do everything, it'll never be seen from the outside, at least. So I think that's the plan that I'm working with right now. So I just got to dig out this area a little bit more here, and get the farm built up. And it's going to be one of those things where it's not going to be the most efficient farm, but it's going to do the job well enough for me. So that is going to be our first project for the day, I believe, here. So we will go ahead and keep cracking on with that here. Yeah, get moving on that. Okay, so maybe not the exact first thing that we're gonna do. The actual first thing we're gonna do here is stop by the shopping district, check on our shops, and check out the changes to the shopping district. So in the last episode, we saw that Danny Q became the mayor, and she has appointed a lot of people to different positions, and made a lot of changes for the better, in my opinion, around the shopping district. First thing we have, I don't know what all the names are, but there's someone in charge of doing like plots for shops and things. There's someone in charge of doing roads and paths, which look amazing. And the major thing is a bunch of people got together and swapped out all of the mycelium for grass, and it looks fantastic. Sadly, I have been super busy, and I'm not really able to play online much when the others are online. It's really difficult for me to get time to do that, so I was not able to actually help out with any of that work, and I feel really bad about it. But they really did an amazing job, and it looks phenomenal. So let's take a look at our shop here. I'm pretty sure I've made some sales because we do have some newer members on the server actually that I haven't really gotten a whole lot of chance to interact with. But hopefully they have been perusing my shop and found my wares to be useful. So let's take a look. Okay, so we sold one elytra. That's awesome. Oh, all right, a bunch of tools and various things. Okay, some gear. A few shulkers. Very nice. Still no more saddles and no heads. And I took all my end rods. I needed so many end rods for that last build. I took them all. I wasn't selling any, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. But that's awesome. 52 diamonds. Holy cow! I didn't even notice that as I was collecting those. 52 diamonds. Wow. All right. Excellent. Let's put those in our richities box. We're up to 56 diamonds in total. That's not bad at all. Who put a cow under my base? And why? Why is there a mushroom under my base? I was actually I had an idea on how to possibly make these sort of super smelters work better. So I needed to dig down a layer here, and there's just a cow under my thing. I don't understand. Why are you there? That's not my silenced, is it? No, my silence is over there. This is an imposter silenced. That's weird. Anyway, yeah, I was working on wasn't even planning on putting this part in the video, but I figure as long as we're here and we're talking about this, might as well throw this in here. Yeah, I was thinking my super smelter might actually work properly and not have that issue with backing up if I just add a second row of hoppers right there. So that anything in here, even if this hopper is locked, anything in there will get pulled out into this hopper here and then pushed down. So I think that actually will work. I'm going to try it out with this one here. I got to smelt up a bunch of smooth stone. So we're going to do that and see if that works. But yeah, no idea where that cow came from, but it's going to stay there. Still don't know who put that beehive there. Oh well. So that definitely took longer than I think I was expecting. Looks like it's done and it appears to be working. I think I just saw some creepers there. Aha! Creepers. They are dying down there, right? Oh, is he sitting on that trapdoor? Okay, so I'll have to change that around. Trapdoors aren't necessary. I can swap out the trapdoor that's holding up the signs for just another sign there. That's not a big deal. But it looks like other than that, it's working just fine. So yeah, that is excellent. Yeah, that's that project all finished. And now, as long as I've built everything correctly, this should spawn only creepers. There should be nothing else that's able to spawn. No endermen, no zombies, skeletons, or spiders should be able to spawn on this. So hopefully that's all working properly. Man, am I happy to have that project done. That's for sure. So now we're just going to do some test AFK sessions to make sure how high it can be exactly. I'm still a little confused on if the spawn radius, or I guess despawn radius for mobs, has been changed around on the server or not. Someone alluded to the fact that it is, but then with my skeleton farm, I don't think so. It seemed to be working with the assumption that it's the default 128. So I'll have to test around with that and see exactly how high in the air I can be. Yeah, other than that though, this is all done and I'm super happy with it. So let's do some AFKing and see how we do overnight. Okay, so it is the next day And I did look at the length of the recording. I left this running last night. So I looked at the length of the recording to see just how long I was signed in for. And it looks like I got a good 4 to 4.5 hours or so of AFK time. So that will give us a good kind of benchmark of what we can expect here. So let's make our way down. I don't want to run into any bad guys. Perfect. All right. And let's have a look here. Let's block that up a little bit. Now I have absolutely no idea what to expect here. Let's see. Wow. That is a lot. That's really amazing. That's so much more than I was expecting. Holy cow. These bones and arrows are a bit concerning. I'm hoping it's just a situation where possibly a skeleton... I don't know where it could have come from. I was thinking it kind of came over the side a bit, but I don't know how that would really happen. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at the recording and see if I could determine maybe where that came from exactly. But that's only one thing that's not a creeper that spawned into that whole 4-hour session. Maybe it spawned up here somehow. They can't spawn on leaves. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just not sure. So I'll have to look into that and see if I can figure out what happened there. But holy cow, that is so much gunpowder. We are just golden on gunpowder, I gotta say. I am extremely pleased with that. And yeah, the farm seems to have been working great. Everything is still alternated levels with what's flooded and what isn't to give spawning space at all times. So oh man, yeah, super excited about that. Yeah, there's nothing else to say about that. It was perfect execution. Really happy with it. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the recording, see if I can see what happened exactly with that skeleton, and yeah, we will kick on forward. You know, it's really interesting just how Minecraft changes when you add mods. Even just client-side mods, nothing crazy or anything like this. Is just the replay mod, and I've been skimming through footage, which is just fascinating to watch in general. And I found this guy right here. So yeah, it looks like I just missed one trapdoor right on that block right there, which allows skeletons and zombies to spawn on that exact block. So now I know exactly what the problem is that caused those bones and arrows to end up in my system. So now I can just go in and fix that. Alright, so with our creeper farm completely finished and should be working perfectly fine now. I've got that missing trapdoor replaced, so it should be 100% creepers that come out of that. We're going to move on to our next project here, which is going to be a little redstone project. It's actually going to be a minigame in the minigame district, which I actually have no idea where that is. So first of all, I got to find the minigame district, and then we'll go there and build our little game. Okay, I believe I have found it here. This is, I believe, this is Lethal Lilies, which is a really interesting looking game. Hopefully I can get a chance to play this at some point, but yeah, I do believe this is where the gaming district is. So yeah, now I just gotta pick a spot, I guess, and yeah, find a good spot to build this at. Yeah, I think this should work out pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and start working on this build here. Okay, so this is the basic premise of the game here. So this is essentially this is one half of the game, and it's going to be sort of like a versus game, where two players will face off against each other, trying to get a tower of sand on their opponent's side here. I'm going to kind of color coordinate everything once I get everything built in. But for now, this is where we're at. So for each side, so this is, like I said, this is one side, and then there'll be another side over here. For each side, there will be two targets. One target to basically add a piece of sand, another target to remove a piece of sand. So this should be the target to add a piece of sand. Let me see if I can hit this. Cool. And so you see then the sand shows up right there. I might go through and actually lower this down so you can see a little bit better. I'm not 100% sure what's going to work out best, but yeah, so that's one thing I'm thinking about right now is just lowering this down. So yeah, you can see a little bit better. So that adds a piece of sand. If you hit it again, it'll add another piece of sand. You got to hit it pretty well accurately, which I am not doing a very good job of. There we go. There we go. And now this side should remove a piece of sand. There we go. So basically, it's a fight where you are trying to add pieces of sand to your opponent's tower and remove sand from your own tower. And as the sand is removed, it's put back into this chest here. So it's not going to be 100% automatic because at the end of each round, or rather probably the beginning of each round, each team or each person will have to sort of build up their own pillar of sand. But I think it's fine. Everything doesn't have to be completely automatic. I'm not too concerned about that. Yeah, so this was an idea that I had a little while ago, and I kept trying to figure out different ways to make this mechanism work. And I was really, really struggling with it. I worked on trying to get this to work properly, to be able to add sand to a tower and increase it up like that. I probably worked on that for 2 or 3 weeks, trying different ideas here and there. And I could not find anything. I'd pretty much given up on the idea. And then I remembered actually there was a very, very similar system used by Cubfan for the mayoral polling stations on Hermitcraft Season 7, much earlier on in the season. And I went and watched that, and the system actually worked perfectly. So this system right here is a Cubfan designed system. Basically, there's a torch sending a signal. Once a block gets placed here, which that gets pushed in by this one here, once a block gets placed here, it sends a signal along through, powering this block, and in turn powering this piston, and unpowering this piston. And then the timings work out right so that this sticky piston here will pull the block back. This piston will extend and push it up, and then as soon as this piston retracts, this piston re-extends, ready for the next one. So it's a really, really smart system, and definitely nothing that I could have come up with on my own. So that system is 100% taken from Cubfan, from his mayoral polling stations, and it's brilliant in my opinion. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, there is that. So I'm going to go ahead and work on building up the second side here, and we will see how this all turns out. Okay, and there we go. I think that is pretty much the finished product, actually. That went together a little bit quicker than I expected it to. Obviously, it's not the most attractive looking thing in the world, but it serves its purpose here. So there will obviously be a blue player and a red player that will be facing off against each other. And basically, really all you need to know is if you're the red player, you shoot at the red targets. This target here will remove a sand from your box, and this target here will add a sand to your opponent's box. And actually, I just realized that block can't be there. There. Yeah, okay. That was that would block off a necessary part. So I tried to encase as much as I could in stone, just so that nothing got messed with. Not that I think anyone would mess with anything, but just like on accident, stuff could get hit, compared, or can get flipped or something like that. So I think it's best to just have everything as enclosed as it can be. So yeah, basically, as the red player, you would shoot this target to remove a block from your tower, and this target to add a block to your opponent's tower. You would play from this play area. You can get all the way up here. I'm not saying you have to be directly on your boxes or anything like that. And nothing too complicated. So basically, when you set it up, so when you come here and you want to set everything up, I'm going to leave some kind of a rule book somewhere. But just as a quick example, when you come here and you want to set up a game, you would come in through here into this chest here, grab some sand, and you are going to stack up sand against this tower here, this big stone tower. So just stack this all the way up, and the blue player would then do the same to theirs, All right, and then so you have this set up, and then you're ready to go. Work it out with your opponent on when you guys are going to start, and you start shooting. So let's make sure everything works okay. Something didn't work. Oh, not messed up necessarily, just not finished. There we go. Okay, so just a missing repeater there, no big deal. So that side is working properly. So let's test that again. As a red player, I shoot the red target on that side to add a block to my opponent's tower. Now let's play the blue player here. So I will shoot the target on this side to add a block to my opponent's tower. Excellent. And let's say I want to remove a block. I shoot right here. Nope, right. There we go. Right there to remove a block from my tower. And yeah, looks like everything is working quite nicely. Okay, so that should be everything for this game. Now, I'm going to put this in the rule book, but sort of a debatable rule that you can depend on or debate with your opponent is, what do you do if your tower runs out of sand? I think the best way to play that is if your tower runs out of sand, you lose and the other person wins. So it's kind of like, to win, the player has to either fill up your tower here with sand completely or empty this tower completely with sand. But as I said, you can go back and forth on if you would want to end the game at that point, or you can just refill it with more sand. I mean, there's more sand in the chest and there'll be more in there, obviously. So yeah, just agree with your opponent on if you want to end the game when the tower is empty here, or refill the tower, pause and refill the towers if someone runs out. So that's up to you. I think the best option, like I said, is to end the game and say whoever's tower got emptied loses. And yeah, that's pretty much that. So anyway, oh god, this face. Yeah, that is everything for this game. It should be fully functional. If it's not, I'm sorry. I threw this together pretty quickly. I don't know what to say. Didn't do a whole lot of testing because I don't have any friends to test it with. But yeah, so it should be operating pretty much 100% correctly. If you do run into issues with it, other agents on the server, let me know, and I'll come out and try to fix them. And yeah, I apologize if we do run into any issues. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. We did a lot of work on this one. We got that creeper farm running so we can get basically infinite TNT, which is amazing for a lot of different reasons. And we got this fun game set up here. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this. If you have an idea for the name for this, throw that down in the comments below, and I might pick that. So yeah. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.